walking you through time entry settings. Click on Time and Settings. Billing increments. For example, 15 minutes is a quarter of an hour, so it will be entered as 0.25, which is a quarter of 1. If the user enters 0 as a billing increment, time will still be calculated microscopically, so at a billing increment of 0.007. Administrators need to be cautious when changing a billing increment for the whole firm. When a timekeeper's time is running or is restarting, it will mess up their time log if the increment is changed in the middle of running time. Time entry lockout. So all entries for all dates means no restriction for time or expense entry date for all users. Allowing entries on or after the date means a non-admin user can only add or update time or expense entries on or after the date of specified settings. By default, the past or future days will show as 0. Allowing entries during rolling period. This means a non-admin user can only add or update the time or expense entry if the date is within the range of allowed days. For example, if the date or time or expense entry is prior to the number of allowed past days or after the number of allowed future days. And then we have the time internal notes shown. This allows users to add internal notes to time entries. This will not appear in any of the client's correspondence, and the label time internal note can be customized to anything you need. And then we have the task label. You can customize the label according to your business needs. You can choose from task, event, or activity. Prompt for delete confirmation. This will mean a pop-up message will ask for confirmation before a time entry is deleted. If this is not enabled, there will be no warning message before deleting a time entry, and there is no way of recovering an accidental deletion. Specify your time tax rate. This is a useful feature for those who need to place a tax on their time or are looking to place an administrative fee. For example, if you have an admin fee of 3% of the time billed, you will enter 3 in this field. For entering tax rate, this is where you would enter the default global tax rate. If you need a more specific rate, you can override this rate at the client settings level. And then enable time approvals by matter. If you have an approval system set up at the matter level, you can toggle the approval system on and off from here. Having an approval system means that you can monitor and confirm time entries made for a specific matter. If you have both enable time approvals by matter and enable time approvals by user boxes checked, the matter level approval system will supersede the user level approval system. Enable time approvals by timekeeper. So if you have an approval system set up at the account and timekeeper level over here, then you can toggle the approval system on and off from here. Having an approval system means that you can monitor and confirm entries made by a specific timekeeper. Automatically submit time entries for approval. When a user or an approval matter is saved, it will automatically be sitting and waiting for approval in the approver's account. If this box is unchecked, a submit button will appear on the time entry screen. The time entry will not be submitted for approval until the user manually clicks on the submit button. Notify approvers via email. Email notification will be sent out to the approver at midnight and then at 8 a.m. to notify that there are approvals waiting for them. An approver will not be inundated with emails for each and every time is entered. If the box is unchecked, it is up to the approver to log in and check to see if there is any time entry waiting to be approved. show start or stop time. This gives users two fields on time entry screen to specify a start time and an end time. The system will work out the billing hours for users according to the billing increment setup and rates. Toggling this feature on will remove the stopwatch timer feature on the time entry page and replace it with a show start stop time. Allow total amount entry. This means that three fields will be shown on the time entry screen, which will be the number of hours, the rate, and the total amount, which would be the calculation of the first two. For example, the user's rate is $100 an hour, and the user enters in 0.5 in the hours field, which will show a total amount of $50. Set time entry description. If the user is using task codes, the description of the task code will pre-fill into the time entry description. If using subtask codes, the subtask code will be used as the pre-filled description unless you check task code description only. And then we have the task code option. So not displayed will mean the field will not appear on the time entry screen. Required means the field will appear on the time screen, and the user will be forced to choose a task code before being able to create the entry. Optional means the field will appear on the time entry screen but will be optional. And again we have the subtask code option here, and then we have clear duration and description on save and duplicate. This will blank out some fields when the user clicks on Save and Duplicate button on the time entry screen. The blanked out fields will be the start-stop time, the hours, internal notes, and the description.